Okay, awesome. So today I'll be starting from string manipulation. String manipulation, what are those methods that we can actually implement on strings? Then we'll look at number methods also, and then would let me just switch over to the screen. Yep. And then we'll also look at objects and arrays. We'll just have a conversation very quickly around objects and arrays, date and time if we have time. Then look at conditional statements, switch case, looping, and then functions. I don't know if we have time for all this, but we started from data types and number type, conversion, math, and string manipulation. Data types. Let me quickly ask before I go ahead. So far, what has been done on JavaScript? I'm aware that you guys have had a conversation around data types, right? So can anybody just furnish me with the knowledge as to what they have with regards to data types? So who knows the types of data we have? I don't want to have to call anybody's name. Okay, whose hand is up? Nicholas, please go ahead.
Okay, so please, good evening. Yeah. So please, I know of the ints, which is the integer, the boolean, we have the strings.
Slow down, slow down, slow down.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'll say we have int, which is integer. Then we have boolean, which is the true or false. Then we have strings. Then we also have characters. Then yes, those are the data types.
We're talking about JavaScript, right?
Yes,
We're talking about
please.
JavaScript, right? Huh?
Yes, JavaScript.
Okay, no challenge. I've heard you. Who is next? Who is next? Who is next? Vivian, please go ahead. Vivian, please go ahead.
Okay,
No hand up. Okay.
we have two major data types: primitive data types and non-primitive data types.
Awesome.
Did you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, I heard you. I said awesome. Awesome. So what are the primitive types of data types? Example, the data types that fall under primitive?
We have the string, the number, boolean, undefined, null, symbol, big int. I chew my tongue. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think your network was at some point breaking out. I don't know if anybody heard that clearly, but I personally didn't hear you clearly.
I said string, numbers,
Okay.
boolean,
Okay.
null,
Okay.
undefined, and
Okay.
int.
Okay.
There are 7 in
Thank you
number.
very much. I think that's pretty much them. Yeah, there are 7. Then the last one is objects, which is on the other end
Objects
of the law.
array.
Okay, thank you. Good. Thank you very much. So let's quickly look at some methods that can be applied on strings and some methods that can also be applied on numbers. So please follow me very intentionally, please. So I'm going to link scripts / index.js. I believe we can also what I'm doing, right? Good, thank you very much. So I've linked to my script here. So in my index.js, I'm just going to be very certain about something very quickly. Let's my number equals 3. Let's new my number equals 4. So can someone educate me very quickly? What's the difference between this and this? Because from my calculation, they are both 4 and 4. What's the difference? Any difference? Then Vivian, go ahead.
The
Okay,
difference is that
Adriel,
the 4. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm with
Hello?
you. I'm with you.
Okay,
Can you hear me? I'm with
the
you.
first, yeah, I can hear you. The first 4 that's inside a quote is a string. Then the second one that's without a quote, that's not in a quote, is number.
Okay. Okay. So somebody else, what is this? What have I done in this particular segment? Writing let's my number equals to 4. Let's new my number equals to 4. Can someone just educate me? What did I just do, please? What? Class, go ahead.
You just declared your variables, you initialize, and
Good.
give them an initial value.
Awesome. Awesome. Good. I just wanted to be sure that we've come to terms with this particular way of speaking with respect to code. So what I did here is I declared a variable called my number that has a string as an initial value, string 4, and here also my number, my new number, which has a number value 4. So which means that here we have 4 as a string and 4 as a number. Now, interestingly, I'm sure we know about this already. You can actually convert a string to a number, but I'm not starting from there. So I'm going to start from in a string function we call split. So I'm going to say my string equals my name is John Doe. Now, what does split do rather? So what split would do is this. You split and what's the name now? You split a string with respect to a particular character. And then what happens is that it now returns those strings like an array. I'm sure array was explained to you, right? Was array explained to you guys? Is there any response? So I know I'm not speaking in tongues. Hello, can we hear me? Was array explained? Is a yes or no? If there's no explain, I could just quickly go on and explain what an array is very quickly. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go on. I think I can hear you from my end.
Okay, so no one is responding. Please, do you guys have a grasp as to what array means? Someone should respond now. If you have forgotten, say no, sir. Mr. Daniel did not say anything about array. I'm sure, I believe he did. Okay, he might not have. Let's just hear it. Nobody. Okay, so let me quickly explain what an array is because you will need that information here. So an array is basically a collection of data. That's all an array is. Array is a collection of data. So I could have my array and it is identified by saying this, by putting this. Let my array be equals to this square brackets. This square bracket signifies that what you're having here is an array. Now, interestingly, an array, just like an object, can carry all manners of data types. It can carry an object, it can carry a string. I think it should to carry a string. Yes, it can carry a string. It can carry a function. It can carry a function. It can carry a boolean true. It can carry all manners of data type. So an array basically is just a collection of data. It's just a collection of data. So what I'm saying here is this, that when you have a string like this, right? Split breaks each of these items with respect to a particular character. Now, for you to split, you have to decide the character that particular that particular string is going to split from and break them into collections with respect to that character you are splitting from. For example, the character could be space, it could be O, it could be I. You just have to decide what character you want to split from. So let me just do that quick. Let me just do a quick example. Probably that will give us an idea what we're talking about. So I can say let my string equals my name is John Doe. So I say my string dot split space. You can remember I said space is a character. I can now say console dot log splitted. I'm not declaring this variable. I'll just do that very quickly. Splitted string. So I can now say let's splitted string equals my string dot split. And then I say console dot log. Do I console dot log this guy? Or do I document dot print? So let's do document dot print. Document dot write. Why am I saying print? Document dot write this splitted string. So if I should open with live server, open here by the mercies of the Lord. So what it has done here is this: my comma name comma is comma John comma do. Now you would not actually appreciate the display when it comes to this box, because ideally you cannot just show a string an array. So let me console.log this. Let me console.log this so we can see how it populates in the array. Console.log. So we can name is John Doe. That is what split does. Now, sometimes you might want to play around the string. When I want to play around the string, so I'm going to actually introduce another item called dot join. So dot split dot join. So I am breaking it from the point where sorry, let me please just give me a moment, let me switch over. I think I just lost her. Moment, let me switch over, please. Sorry, like this. Okay, is my screen visible? My screen up now? My screen up now?
Yes.
Okay, so I can say my string dot split, and I'm splitting from this space. Now this space is like a function. Now note something. If I should change here to O, for example, I want to split from O, observe what happens. It's breaking from my name. This is J, this is HN, this is T. So that is how the split works. Then the join, I can now decide I want to change, I want to make it add something else. Instead of it having space, it should be dash. So once I do that, it won't return as a string anymore. It will not return as an array anymore, rather it will now join it. So it replaces that space with these dashes. Was that a hand up? Was that a hand up? Okay, someone just joined. Rita, can you see my screen now? Hello, Rita, can you see my screen now? I think you have. Is everyone can't see my screen?
I can see it.
I can see it too.
Rita, I think you might have to log off quickly and join us back very quickly. Feel it might be from your end. Strongly feel so. So that basically is what split and join does. So split actually breaks it with respect to a particular character. The character could be dash. The character could be any character that exists on the string. Any character at all that exists on the string. But most popularly used is for spaces. So you can take out a space and just join everything together. I believe we follow to this point. I feel like saying yes already I feel like saying yes already.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So let's look at the next method. We're going to be using this string, my string. I'm going to be changing so much today. So the next one we have is spread operator. Now, spread operator works practically in the same manner as split. Does the same thing. It spreads it into an array. So basically the same thing. So I'm not going to go there. So let's look at includes. Includes. Now, what includes does is that you use include to check if a particular item, right? A particular item exists in a string. So for example, I want to check if John exists in this string, or does John exist in this string? That's the question I'm going to be asking with respect to includes. So I could now say, let's check okay, so let's check if John exists. Please forgive my very weird very weird variable names. Check if John exists, and I would say my string dot includes. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the name John. So I'm going to read console.log the response, and let's see what I have. Check if John exists. So what do I have as my response? False. Why is it telling me false? Let's see, and let's see who knows why it is telling me false. Does anybody know why? I know why it's telling me false. I want someone to tell me, why do you think it's telling me false? Because there's definitely John in this sentence. There's John strings. He's saying false. Okay. Nicholas, please go ahead. Let me hear you.
I think because of the join that you have, done before you are asking if John is inside. So because of the join, it's taking everything as maybe one word.
Okay, that's a good attempt, but not really, because I am not checking on this string. This is the variable that is holding the joining, right? So I am still doing this operation. I'm still doing this manipulation straight on this same string. Observe it. I'm still checking from my. I'm not checking from. Split. So Vivian. Okay, Florence. Go ahead. Florence, go ahead.
I think it's case sensitive. You started with small letter when you wanted to check for the John, and the John over there is starting with a capital letter.
Let's see. Let's see if you are correct. And yes, you are correct. Now it has told me 3. Now that brings to very important information that I'm sure you are aware of by now. Variables in JavaScript are case sensitive. They are case sensitive. JOHN is not the same as this in JavaScript. They are case sensitive. That's why it looks like it was not saying this. Right? So let's continue to the next one. Next one we have is starts with. So I could have a string and I want to confirm if that string actually starts with a particular response, or with a particular word, or with a particular item, whatever it is, starts with. So I could say, I think I'll just console.log console.log my string dot start with. I say start with my. So I'm expecting it to be true. Yes, it's true because this guy actually starts with my. But if I should say start with something else, let's say John, I'm expecting a false. False. Now, sometimes you might want to split a string with multiple operators. Multiple operators. So this is what I mean. For example, this could be my name, my comma name, semicolon is. Then this guy now has semicolon. Now I want to split them. Split from here, 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 and here. You know, this is a comma. This is colon. This is a space. And this is semicolon, right? So I would capture everything together to split. So the split now becomes this, my array. So inside that place, I put the conditions that I need to take out. So this colon, space, semicolon. So let's see if this works, and it still gives me the same result as before. Why? Because I have now created a system, a regex, right? Irregular expression that helps me figure out a way to actually pick out all the items I need to now effectively split the string. Right? So when you have multiple items, use this. When it's just one element or one item, it's very simple. You don't need to stress yourself about it. Just have this / angle bracket, then the characters you want to split from, and you close it and you have your result. I can actually change this from this to this. It becomes this way. Okay, moving on. We also have reverse. So I can actually reverse this. My name is John Doe, yes. So I can actually reverse it. So let me reverse and see what happens. Let me reverse. I'm scared of what I'm about to do, but let's just reverse and see what happens. Reverse, let me see. I'm expecting the result, yes. Now, what happens in this case is that reverse does not technically work on a direct string. Technically, it does not work on a direct string, like a direct string. Technically, it does not work. It has to be on an array. So what that means is that I have to split this, my name is John, to an array. So I'm going to use the spread operator I mentioned earlier. My string, I mentioned a spread operator earlier. Dot reverse. Oh shoot, sorry. Yeah, spread operator my string dot reverse, then dot join. Join. Okay, so let's see. So do you see the result we have? It's now split. It's now reversed. Starting from switch everything. My name. I guess you can just really do. So it just reversed. That's just it. So what I needed to do was that I needed to split it into an array of some sort. Ideally, when the items are spaced like this, you just have to split it. You just have to make it, convert it to an array of some sort, reverse it and join it back. That's how reverse works. Now, you can actually copy a particular string multiple times. Like you can make one string happen, like you just want to repeat it. For example, if you've seen what is the word now? If you've seen like your bank app, at some point you see, let me do this, let's balance equals ngn 34. I'm going to add 3 items. I'm going to add what's the word now? I'm going to use 2 or maybe 3 of what I'm about to do here at once. So let's balance this. Your account balance. Let me take out these guys. So let's say your account balance is 34,000. If you have 34,000 in your account, you're probably a boy. So let balance equals to 34,000. Now it's possible that, I don't know if you remember your banker very well. Once you press an I button or something, the thing switches to asterisk, 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 asterisk. Now, this is what I feel whenever they write JavaScript, this is what could happen on the background. Now, I cannot tell technically how many figures your account will be per time. I don't know. It could be 34,000, it could be 340,000, it could be 3,000, it could be 300 million, it could be anything. So I am not certain of that. So what do these banks do? What do these people do? From my own and from my own perception of what I think they do, they count the number of letters on the string. So let me put my comma here first. So they count the number of letters here, but before counting, let's do something. Let's split equals balance splitted. Let me do splitted balance equals balance dot split space console.log splitted balance. So what do I have in this case? I would have 300,000. Cool. What I do next is this. Is this the only place that I will actually want to make use of is this 300,000. The engine would naturally remain if I need it to remain, but in this case I want it to remain. So like all I want to change is this 300,000 to now reflect asterisks whenever there is you want to hide your figure. I'm not going to go into the function part of it where you have to click the button and this happen. I'm just going to make it happen directly. I think over time, we're going to now do a system whereby you click on a button and actually make it happen. So balance 300,000, we splitted it. So I need to get let amount itself, amount equals splitted balance dot splitted balance 1. Splitted balance 1, which is the index of this particular 300,000. This is at index 0 and this is at index 1. So this is the index I'm talking about, this index 0 and this is index 1. So if I say console.log amount, console.log amount, I think I might just do this. The temptation is heavy in my body. So this is the amount 300,000. This temptation is much on my body. Much on my body is much. I'm going to back on it. Okay, so I will still need to split the amount because comma does not count. The actual figures is 300,000. Comma is just a way of identifying, or rather a separator of some sort. So I don't need this comma. So I'm still going to split. Let's amount actual amount equals amount dot split so I'm using comma dot join. So if I should console.log actual amount, what I would have would be 300,000 without the comma. So this is the first 300,000. So when I split it, this is what I have. So I need to find out how many letters are here because I'm going to use it. So I can say actual amount dot length, which should give me, dot length should give me 6. So actual amount of length is 6. So now this brings me to the repeat. So I can now say let hidden amount equals Engine plus asterisk dot repeat Now, ideally, what should be here should be number of times you need that particular this particular thing to repeat. So I'm going to just separate these guys so it doesn't concatenate what I did not send it. But instead of having a fixed figure, maybe 5, if I do 10, for example, watch, I do 19, and I console.log this. Let's say console.log hidden amount. What do I have? NGN, you can see it's multiple. It's multiple, but I want to control it with respect to whatever figure I put here. So this is 300,000. So I want ngn should hide 300,000, which is 6 figures. So I have actual amount of length. I'll take this out and I'll put this in here instead. So what happens? ngn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if this amount changes, for example, to 4,000, for example, 4,000, what happens? You see, I don't need to come and start changing the number of stars. So that is that's the magic repeat does for us. You get to repeat a particular character several times without having to start doing any form of manual work. So all I need to do is that whenever I change this, the hidden amount changes. Whenever I change this, the hidden amount changes automatically. I don't need to start doing any plenty work by myself. Any questions so far before I continue? Any questions so far before I continue? I should go ahead. Okay, so let's do a replace all. Let's do a replace. Let's do a replace very quickly. Replace. Let's do a replace. Replace all. We do replace all. I think let's replace all is unnecessary. No. So let's go to number methods. Let's go to number methods. Let's go to number methods. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think the reason why I'm confused because I've not gone through the articles you sent. But regardless of that, I wanted to ask, what is the point of this? Like, what are you trying to achieve with this code? I want to understand that. So maybe I'll get an idea of what we are trying to achieve.
Okay, so when you say what you are trying to achieve, can you explain what in the what we're trying to achieve?
Like, let me use known so we can understand the unknown. Like when we are working with, let's say, HTML, for example, you say topic is tables, how to create tables. Then you show us the code on how to tables. Now with this, what are we trying to create? That's what I want to know.
Judith, go ahead. I'll come to you, Priska. Judith, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask, good evening, sir. Can we see the live view of what you're doing? Because my question is almost the same as Priska's question.
Use the live view. Are you not seeing the live view?
I wasn't.
You've not seen it? Okay.
I wasn't. I'm just saying it now.
You're not seeing the live view. Okay, this is it. This is it.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually I'm actually going to build something right now and implement all these things in that one. So just something simple that just explains, especially this repeat. And of course, I've used split. I'm going to try to use start with and includes. I'm going to try to implement includes also in this. So let me do something very quickly that will capture that. So Priska, let me do something quickly that will capture this. So the H6 wallets balance. Where do I get an icon from? Okay, just to span. Yes, please go ahead. Okay. Florence. Okay. Let's note Florence. Okay, so we have view. And then status. Amount. Okay, good. Well, let's let's display balance equals document that's gets element by ID. What's the ID there? Amount. Display balance dot inner HTML is equals to display as sorry, inner text. Inner text. Am I having this error? Hold up. Okay. Where is this error coming from? Oh. Okay, so should be inner HTML. Okay. That should be H1 if I'm not mistaken. H1, yes, span and H1. Color. Why? Good. Font. Derek, HTML. Font family. Family, which fonts do I use? Fortunately, I don't like any of these fonts. Okay, this is better. H1 font size 30 pixels. Good. So here I have balance status. Okay, so I want to decide what to display there. Balance status equals view and hide. So I'm just going to mix a lot of things in here at once. So you just try and follow. So balance status correct. So let me have that down. So this handles amount. What I need to do here is I want this to show by this particular view. Here we'll have either view or hide. So when it is like this, when it is visible like this, what will show here will be hide. Then when it is hidden, when the figure is hidden, what will now show here will be view. That is what I'm trying to do now. So let's just try and follow quickly. So this is balance status. So I'm going to say, okay, let's status, balance status view equals false. So I'm going to write an if statement and say if as right. So let's should container equal balance status and status. Now, if balance status balance container dot should be equal to, so when this is true, right? Else it should be true, should be view, else it should be view. Statement, yes, I expected that. So that's first. Now, so good. View. Oh, so if I change this to true, this will become hide. So I need to now be able to manipulate this from here. That is the first order of business. But before I do that, let me do small UI. Let's header. Let's header. Let's header display flex. Justify content, justify items, space between. Let's justify items, so justify contents, by content, space between. But something that looks like this. Good. So I have this, but it should be at the center. Where are you? Okay, that's myself. Margin 0, padding 0. Beautiful. So I'm going to just put the padding to the body so that it doesn't look weird. Padding 30 pixels. Good. So when I click on hide, I want this to change to view. When I click add the role to button. So this now acts like a button. So I just distract me from my work. It acts like a button. Printer like a button. Okay, so I'll just change this to button then. Stress me. Okay. So I'm going to have to style this button balance status. I'm going to have to style this button. And the balance status. Background. Transparent. Border none. So it's out. So color. Let's just allow that. So this is what we have, hide and that. Okay, so and now have what we call an on click. No, I don't want to add an on click there. So I'll just add a click here. Where is it? So this is where we have the document dot this. So I can now say, since this works, and I'll say show balance container dot add event listener. Event listener should be click, and when it is clicked, do what? Change state. Okay, so then be sure this change state works. I'll say change state alert hello world. Oh, sorry, function change state alert hello world. So let me be sure this works. Good, it's working. When I click on this, it changes that. Our order of business is not that play I just played, but to make sure that this changes balance status view, right, is equals to not balance status view. So whatever balance status view is, what it returns is the negative of whatever balance status view is. So let's see. It's not working. Why? So let's see what is happening here. Okay. Now, so what's happening here is actually changing this, but because this particular arrangement is not changed simultaneously in the same state. So what will happen is this. I'm going to also make this guy a function. Function check state. Then I'll run this inside and hope that this works. So when I do this, I can now say check state. So let's see if this works. And it's out. Why is it out? Where are you? Okay. I need to also call this function its own. Check state. Good. So we click on this hide, click on this view, hide, and view. Now, moving on to the main thing we want to do. So when this changes, I'm going to write a function that now does this splitting. So I'm going to put everything here in another function and say function hide amount. Function hide amount. So splitted balance equals to balance dot split. Okay, yes. Balance dot split. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Let actual amount equals to this. So and then this. So let hidden amount equals to this. So I'm also going to have to bring this guy down, because this guy is becoming an important part of what I'm doing here. I'm not going to attempt to hoist this function. I'm just going to bring it down also, so the function can actually run after it has been declared. So where is it? So this particular guy that has balance, I'm going to also move it from here and bring it down here. So when show balance. When balance status view is true, what shows here is the actual balance. But when it is false, what shows now is hidden amount. Okay, so let's see if this works. Hidden amount is not defined. Why? Okay, because it is here. So I'm going to say check state, right? And then I'm going to have to pass this hidden amount as a parameter. So I can now say hidden amount, and this should work. So let's see. Yes, it doesn't work. Why? Because I have not completed something very important. So let's look at this together, why it's not working. So let me see. Console.log in amount. So why is my having undefined? That is where the big question comes from. So let's make this a constant. See, that's where it's coming from. No, it's not there. So constant balance is 4,000. This is changing. This is switching to what I need to switch to. So this is where the problem is, height amount. Okay, so let splitted balance equals to balance.split. So let me see if that works fine. Let me see if that works fine first. Okay, this doesn't work at all. Balance.split does not work. So why is it not working? Okay, so let me console.log balance. Console.log balance. Okay, I'm guessing would have to move this here. I don't need to. But I need to find out what's going on with it. Something is stopping it from working from somewhere. So let me find out who the culprit is. Let me find out who the culprit is, because this should work fine. Display balance, document, this. Okay. Show balance container, function change state. So this is where the problem is. Function hide amount. Change state. Oh, okay. So where am I hiding amount? Hide amount. I've not called that function, so let me see if this works now. Perfect. So this is one of the use cases for the few things we've done this evening. One of the few use cases, like just one out of the several use cases for what we've done this evening. So if you observe, we've used split, we've used join, and we used repeat. So what we didn't get to use here is reverse and starts with. So I'm going to do a reverse and a starts with very quickly with you. So for example, I'm going to do a starts with first, then an includes. So I'm going to say prompt, what is your name? Is your name? So I'll say let my name equals prompt. So what this does is that it requests for your name. So request for your name. And then when it does that, it should say alert, welcome. So I'm going to do a temporarily a string my name. Welcome my name. So when it welcomes you, after that, what should happen next? Let's see. So I'm going to add something here at the top of here so that it can, and that place you have a H1 and say welcome. Okay, now I think we take this guy out. ID, name, display. So I'm going to display something here very intentionally, span, and I'm going to call it error. I want to show us in a use case where includes or starts with can be implemented. So let's do that very quickly. So let's mind, what is my name? Emmanuel. Let's say welcome Emmanuel. Okay, but that is not where I was going to. So I can now decide to display and say, let my name container equals document.get element by ID. What's the ID again? Name display, and then we have error. I don't forget the second one. So my name container dot inner HTML is equals to my name. Now, if my name check my name. Okay, so let's check my name. My name dot includes, or let's use dot starts with my. So if check my name, which is to be true, if it's true, then let's name container, let's error container, let's error container equals to document.get element by ID, error, and then error container dot inner HTML should be equal to your name. Please start with my. Please start with my name is dot. Okay, so let's see. Then prompt again. So let's prompt, then return. So prompt again. False. Prompt again. So let's see if this works. So what is your name? Emmanuel. Okay. It's calling me. Demo class now. Just give me a second, please. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so what is your name? So why that guy is not displaying is because the color is actually white. I'm going to change the color. Hello? I'm in class. I'm in class. I'll call it color red. So let's see it again. I've changed the color to red. I think the H1 set is white. H1 is white. So I'm going to have to change the color. Also dot name display. name display. Blue. It's going to look horrible, but you forgive the horribility of how it looks. So, what is your name? Emmanuel. Still white. I know what to do to get it to work. Okay, so now let's see. Why is it still? It's still white. It is still white. Is that not H1? Yes, please can go ahead.
Sorry, I just noticed something you did now. This exclamation mark important. What's it for? Can you hear me?
It's to enforce a rule.
Okay, it will override a pre-existing rule if it does exist.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 5 pixel. So I think I've succeeded what I needed to do. So let's refresh this and say, what is your name? Okay. So this is my name now that it has displayed, but I need to do something else. So I need to do this check my name. Yes, I need to do this check my name. So let's do this together. I'm going to have to bring this guy downstairs. No, not downstairs. So I'll say get my name function, get my name. So with that in place, function get my name prompt. So if this is what happens, so return, then don't get my name again. Or then return. So okay. So let's see if this gives me the result I am hoping to have. No, not yet. I've not called the function. To call the function. So my name is Emmanuel. Still not giving me what I want. Dot starts with, so if check my name, okay, sorry. This is returning true. So why this was not working was this is returning true. And when it's returning true, it means that this should work. But the truth is at this point it's false. So this should actually work at this point now. So let's confirm that. Let's confirm that Emmanuel. So I'm expecting to see an error. Let's start again, Emmanuel. Oh, shoot. I need to take out this first. It's not going to allow me to finish the operation. So let's take that out first. Emmanuel. Let us first. Emmanuel. So there's an error here, but it's still white. Why is that guy white? I think it should be ID. I'm doing this. Okay. Please start with my name is this. But in a situation where I now say my name is Emmanuel. So what it does, it doesn't show anymore because I've actually checked that it starts with my. Was that a hand up? Okay, Judith, I don't know if the attendance is Lucy here. So that's one way you can actually handle that. That starts with. Now, at some point, you can actually have an includes. So, for example, you could also have what is your name, and then you could check if my name dot includes Mr. For example, you can now say, please, no titles necessary. It has not saved. Let's refresh. If it includes this, so this has to, once this is true, yep, so it should work now. Please, no titles necessary. So we've seen that we've used includes, we've used start with, we've used split, join, and you've seen that these are use cases, actual use cases of these particular items. We've even used repeat, and we've seen that these are actual use cases. Now, this is just one. This is just, should I say, a fragment of what can be done with string methods. So this is just little of what can be done with them. There's a lot to explore when it comes to string methods. So in the same way, I've actually tactically touched writing function. So basically a function block, just this is how a function block works. There's no magic or mathematics to it. You start with the function keyword, then the name of the function. Now a function can actually have parameters. You can have param1, param2. I think I did that somewhere where a function had parameters. So this function here has parameters. I passed these parameters into this particular function, and then since these parameters have come in here, I can now use it. So I have passed the parameters. You can actually pass multiple parameters. Hopefully over time, probably when we get to do React, we'll start writing arrow functions instead of writing long functions like that. And we can actually write simpler if statements. For example, instead of writing this, I can just simply write check my name, this. I just say error container dot this. I just this would still work. This would still work. So this particular thing I've just written now replaces effectively the whole long if statement I wrote. So just this. So check name, error this equals to that. Yeah. So this is basically the few out of the very many things that can be achieved using string methods. So string methods are not limited to these guys. There are a few other string methods that exist in the world that requires some form of exploiting. So once you're able to exploit them, you'll be able to find out the applications and the use cases of most of all these string methods. Now, you can actually convert a string to a number. There are times, because this is the thing, when you combine a string and a number, even if they are of the same number, what happens is that it does what we call concatenation. That's what we call concatenation. It doesn't add. What I mean is this. I'm going to do this on the console. Let num1 equals 10. Let num2 equals 10. Let sum equals num1 plus num2. Also console.log sum. So please. So instead of having 20, can we say we're having 10 and 10. So when we have something like this, it is important that what we need to do in this case is that we need to convert this particular string to a number. Now there are two primary ways to do that. You can easily just say, okay, and just put this in number, text in. Please Someone should take a screenshot of the attendees in this meeting, because I think I should be ending this class in about the next 5 minutes or thereabouts. Who is there? Priska, can you please take a screenshot of this the attendees of this meeting, please? Okay, so when we do this number num1 plus num2, this should now actually add 20, because what have I done? I have converted this to now a number. So this and this are now of the same type. Now, recent modifications, you don't necessarily need to write the whole number. Once you put a plus in front of this guy, it works the same magic as having the whole num in front. The same thing, the same 20 as a result. Yeah. So, but this is the funny thing about this, right? This particular arrangement only affects addition, because plus when you talk about strings brings about what we call concatenation. So when you have a string, I have another string, and you put plus, what you are doing is that you are joining the two strings together. Now, if this is multiplication, it works perfectly fine. If this is division, it works perfectly fine. Why is it flagging error for includes to send you? Okay, no, it's flagging error for includes. Hello. Good. So 10 over 10 is 1. Now, if it's subtraction, it still works fine. Subtraction still works fine. 0. So the only time that it has that issue is for plus, and that's because plus serves a multiple purpose here. So it serves as concatenation and the normal addition. Any questions?